So today, Toronto Maple Leaf Yankees 5-1, I think it was 5-1, 5-2, and so happy. Both team won. And I thought Maple Leaf will lose the game, today. And Yankees, the game, I thought Blue Jays did a good job, really good job. Bullpen games, okay, no real pitcher, all bullpen, and they took like 8 pitchers in order to win this game, and now they advance to the second round or even the third round, the championship game, so which is pretty very good. So today I will talk about the game, recap the game, what I see in the Maple Leaf games, and maybe recap some of the Yankees game, and let's get started. So this channel is actually about Maple Leaf mostly because I'm a Leafs fan. Okay, I'm a huge Leafs fan, and I'm a Blue Jays fan as well too. And this channel is going to be all about that mostly, and then we're going to talk about some NHL updates, maybe some NBA here and there, and then that's it. All right, no football, nothing like that. So today Maple Leaf, what I think, there's a few points I want to point out. When I watched the game, I watched the whole game. I watched the Maple Leaf game and the Blue Jays game at the same time. And today, Maple Leaf, the first half, they were a little bit sloppy, I would say. And Austin Matthews didn't really do too much. He tried to do a lot of passing. He's not shooting that much. And I think he is missing, Mitch Marner, because Mitch Marner able to create all this space and then make all these type of passes. And now, if you have Matthew Nice, if you have, even Morgan Riley, right? These players, they cannot create that type of room that Austin Matthews usually have when, he's playing with Mitch Marner, right? So today, I think Austin Matthews, he was lost a little bit, okay? He did a lot of rushes and stuff like that. At the end, he lost the puck and then he went back and stuff like that. But at the end, but today, the game was pretty good for Stallers and even Morgan Riley. I think Morgan Riley did really well. He was involving a period, which is really good shot, hit the post. Otherwise, he will have 2-goal game. Okay? But overall, I think the defensive play was pretty good. They cleared the puck. They Stallers make some save that when he has to, because there was this great 8 chances, he makes some save. But the main concern I'm thinking about is the power play. Austin Matthews, William Nylander, Chaveras, everybody was on the first line, okay, first power play line, but they didn't create anything. I think on the second power play or the last power play that they have, they were not doing that good as well. They have the scoring time, but they didn't generate that much chances. Too much passing, not a lot of chances. The first power play was awful when they gave up the shorthanded goal. I think the first power play of the season was horrible. They didn't even gain any offensive zone time, and they turned over multiple times in the neutral zone, and then they allowed that first goal, Montreal's first goal. So I think Mitch Marner, did a big part of this team previously, and now without Mitch Marner, they need to find a guy that can carry the puck like Mitch Marner. I don't know if William Nylander can do that. I don't know if Chaveras can do that. I don't know if Austin Matthews can do that. But if you're going to play against teams like Montreal, have a great penalty killer, it's kind of hard to gain the offensive zone. So Toronto Maple Leaf need to figure this thing out, and I think this year their power play going to be really bad, same as last year playoff. They're not doing that well in the power play as well. So this is my main concern. And then Austin Matthews, right? His offensive talent he gone down quite a bit. I don't know what he's doing. He's not shooting the puck that much anymore. He passed too much. He do a lot of deking and stuff, but he's not shooting that much as before. So I hope he can shoot more and play his real game. And then maybe Maple Leaf can score more goals than 2 empty net goal, and then total only 3 goals, and then that's it. All right. But overall, Maple Leaf scored the game-winning goal by Morgan Riley, and then he did a really great job. I think the defensive pretty good. Carlos, Tanev, right? All the defense did really good job. Just keep the player out of the zone. However, right, like I think like the offense need to do some work because they didn't generate a lot of attack during the game. So that's the one that I'm worried about. But overall, we will see, the next game, what would they do. But first game, half, I will give them maybe like 60% of the effort, but they need to be much better than that. Now we're going to talk about the Blue Jays. Blue Jays, they won a very tight defensive game, and today they didn't even have any real pitcher that pitched more than 3 innings. All bullpen pitch around 2 inning or so, and then they took 8 pitchers. Okay, they have 8 pitchers pitched during in this game to win the game, and the final one was Jeff Hoffman, and this is the guy that we're so worried that he's going to blow the lead. He's going to be allow a lot of home runs, hits, and things like that. That's not what we want. And then during the game, I was so nervous because when Jeff Hoffman came out, and it was pretty scary because for sure you will see like Josh is coming out, and then Cody Bellinger, right, is coming out. So all these players, top players, is coming out on the ninth inning, and it was quite scary. And he already allowed 1 run already in the 9th inning, and they only down by 3. Right, so it was quite nerve-wracking. But at the end, Jeff Hoffman, he did his job. He strike out Bellinger. He allowed that 1 hit by Josh, but we cannot do anything because it's Aaron Judge. He's a very good player. But man, whoever thought Guerrero, wow, he did a really good job in this series, right? I don't know what he did. Let me see his stats. So during this playoff, at least 3, 9, 10 hits during this. No, not even 10 hits. 6, 8, 9 hits in 4 games against New York Yankees. 9 hits, and has 2, 4, 8, 9 RBI in total in 4 games. This guy is a clutcher. So during the next series, I hope he can keep on going what he does. But man, the whole lineup is all about teamwork. The defensive, no more error. Right, not like last game when there's a strike, they didn't call that strike and then caused a tie game by Aaron Judge last game. But this game today, everything was right call. They make a right call, no missed call, and there's like 2 error by the Yankees. That was too bad. But however, I think Blue Jays did a really good job. Pretty nervous at the end because there was like a couple innings they were like bases loaded, or like they would have run on base, and it was quite scary because 1 swing, 1 home run is a tie game, especially the 7th inning. 1 swing could be like a tie game. So at the end, we hope Blue Jays can make to the 3rd round, which is the World Series. But now we are heading to the division championship or whatever. I don't know who we're going to be facing against, but we will keep you guys updated. So go Leafs go and go Jays go. And this is my review for today's game. Okay, Montreal lost to Toronto Maple Leaf. Yes, that's right. And then Yankees lost to Blue Jays. And we will be cheering for them from now on. All right? Stay tuned for my next video. Bye-bye. Peace out.